Hey everyone, KitaSean here. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about Oda Nobukatsu and why Oda Nobukatsu is really good for Nobunaga. Now, Oda Nobukatsu is a one-star archer that is obtainable through the friend point gacha. He is limited during this Good 2020 event. So if you don't get him now, the next time you'll see him is probably during the rerun for next year. So I highly recommend getting him now if you really want him, especially if you want to buff Nobunaga, because Nobukatsu here is the buff that all Nobunagas needed. So he's not an attacking type servant, he's actually a support type. He works well with buster servants, but especially with Nobunaga, because all three Nobunagas are, you know, buster types. So let's go ahead and scroll down a little bit. So his skills, let's talk about his first skill real quick, because the first and second skill are what you want to level up. So you're going to go ahead and ignore the confusion status for 3 turns, and when activated, 500% chance to seal, you know, enemy skills. You don't care about that. You care about the buster resistance. You want that because all, you know, Nobunagas are buster types, and you want to do as much damage as possible. This works very well with Berserker Nobu because, you know, single target. So I highly recommend leveling this up. And second skill as well, the gain critical stars 3 turns, increase party's critical damage by 20% for 3 turns is really good. And then you have the Nobunaga self buffs, or not self buffs, but the Nobunaga specific buffs, critical damage for Nobunaga allies for 3 turns, Star Absorption for Nobunaga allies for 3 turns, and as you can see, 80%, 3000%, so good. These are the buffs that Avenger Nobu wanted and got. These are also the buffs that Archer Nobu as well as Berserker Nobu wanted, and you get them with Nobukatsu. So basically, bring Nobukatsu in the party and just wreak havoc. Double Nobukatsu is also a strategy. It's crazy. Like, Nobukatsu definitely is the buff that Nobunaga wanted. So the third skill, you don't really need this for Nobukatsu or Nobunaga. I mean, it's still nice to have. I mean, he becomes a wall, basically a tank, and it's able to heal, you know, your party members if needed, but you don't really care about this one. So just focus on the first 2 skills, if anything. And then you have the Noble Phantasm. The Noble Phantasm is basically a Noble Phantasm that increases MP gauge, except for himself. Increases the buster performance for Nobunaga allies by 20% for 3 turns, so that's another buff right there. And then he has a 500% chance to kill himself. So yes, he does kill himself when you use the Noble Phantasm. It also increases buster performance for 3 turns on overcharge. So yeah, his Noble Phantasm might not be you know, the greatest because you kill him off, but it still buffs Nobu and allows Nobu to do a lot of damage. So yeah, this is definitely the buff that Nobunaga wanted. And yeah, this is awesome. I actually have been test playing with Nobukatsu a little bit, and just one Nobukatsu is really cool, but double Nobukatsu is really fun as well. Double sacrifice. But yeah, you don't really need to use the Noble Phantasm. I mean, that's just memes, honestly. The 2 skills, the first and third skill, is just more than enough, but I mean, if you want that extra 20%, it's still nice to have. But this is just insane. Like, I think this is definitely the buff that Nobunaga really needed. Instead of just, you know, giving it specifically to Nobunaga, they just created a new servant. So I mean, we can definitely expect more buffs for Nobunaga's. Like for Avenger, I think we can still expect some more buffs for her, but just having a Nobukatsu is huge. So yeah, just a quick little video saying that Nobukatsu is the buff that Nobunaga wanted, and it's here. It's finally here. So if you like to use Nobunaga a lot in parties, I highly recommend rolling for Nobukatsu like right now before he goes away. Again, he's limited. I believe it's next week, I think, Guda disappears. So you still have a long time to roll for him. I'm pretty sure everyone already has, because friend points are really easy to get, especially in this event. You can actually farm friend points, so you don't have to worry about that. And the chances of getting him is pretty high, so I was able to get 5 Nobunagas, or not Nobunagas, I'm sorry, 5 Nobukatsus in like probably less than 10 rolls. So yeah, definitely pick him up. Use him on Nobus and wreak havoc with both Avenger and Berserker. Archer Nobu I haven't really test played with, but I'm pretty sure Archer Nobu can still do some damage, especially because Archer Nobu is a welfare, and you know, you have her at MP5, so yeah, you can definitely do a lot of damage with all 3 Nobus with double Nobukatsu or just 1 Nobukatsu. So yeah, this is definitely the buff that Nobunaga really wanted, and it's her brother. So pick him up, guys. But yeah, that's about it. Just wanted to give you guys a quick little video that Nobukatsu is the buff that Nobunaga always wanted or deserved. So yeah, pick him up while you can. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.